I'm Justine.
I'm Gabi. If you have any problems to organize a school trip,
we are here to help you. To organize a school trip, it is important to be patient. This project must be prepared. I have a solution to save you.
First, you have to determine the educational goals of the trip. You have also to select the class that will participate at this. After, you make a list of potential sites of field trip destination and you should to contact them to inquire the different educational activities. It is also important to select an affordable destination for all students.
So, Gabi, present me your project.
once everything is determined, you should speak with the principal of school in order to gain permission. Explain the educational value and the relationship to the curriculum of the grade level that will attend. Moreover, each parent will also need to fill out a permission form in order for the child to attend the class trip. Things to include on a permission form are date and location of the field trip, educational goal of the field trip, cost associated with the trip and date the money needs to be submitted, list of activity for the trip, place for parental signature and contact information. Complete also a medical permission for child for medical treatment if required. You should also ask help on different associations who stay in the school, like student office for example. It is important to assure that every child have an assurance company.
Great, I like it. Once you have received every permission, you will need to finalize the reservation with the site. Then you have to arrange you for transportation for the field trip. It is important to try and cultivate a good relationships with them. It is important then that you make a pre-visit to the site where you want to organize a school trip. These steps allow you to familiarize yourself with the sites and with the activities. Depending on the site classes participate at the school trip, you may need to ask for volunteer chaperones. You'll be able to ask a parent, family members of your student, or a colleague, administrator at the school to help you out with chaperoning duties. Throughout the planning process, compile all of the necessary paperwork into a single binder, like this, which you may need to access on the day of the trip. You will need to communicate this information to the following people, for example, the school office, chaperones, teachers. Then you make alternative arrangements for the students who don't go on the trip. Ideally, all children in the class will attend the trip.
To stimulate student interest for the trip, you have to integrate the trip into classroom lesson. For example, you can speak about the history of the site where the school trip takes place. You also have to prepare your students by explaining to them the activities they will be expect during the school trip. This is also give you the opportunity to provide any instruction, like rules. Alternately, you could teach your students how to ask thoughtful questions.
It is important to remind the student that their behavior during the stay must be irrepressible. Outline expected behavior during transit as well. For example, Students must remain sitting while on the bus and should not distract the bus driver. You have to make a meeting with the parents if they have questions about the travel. And also send a letter home provided students with additional information about the trip. Aside from the permission and medical forms, you should also give students more detailed information about the trip and what they should take with them on the trip. For example, we can include the destination with a physical description of the seats, detailed list of the planned activities, any special preparations parents and students need to make for that trip, such as special clothing, money, sunscreen, gloves, backpacks, water bottles, and others. A packing checklist if the trip involves overnight travels.
You can do it!
Yes, we can.